So there you guys have it, man. YouTube first, showing you guys how to remove and replace the bumper on the 2020 Dodge Charger 392 Scat Pack wide body. It's not as easy as the standard body, because when you go to put this back on, you know, on the standard body you just slap it back on there, but on the wide body you got to worry about these fender flares here. All right, so that's how you remove it, and we about to put it back on for you guys real quick. This is the tricky part. What up, guys? Who is LouieXIII back again? I am Louie, and right now I'm on my way to my boy Gio's house, man. The other day we did an install on cold air intake, Momentum GT AFE cold air intake with the Hellcat lower air box tube combo. So we put those two together, and in the process of doing that, we kind of figured out along the way that, you know, removing the wide body Charger bumper is one thing, but getting it back on there is a whole different story, man. You know, it's a little more difficult than we expected, especially if you've never done it before and you kind of don't really know what to expect. And I looked on YouTube and online, and I didn't really find anything, you know, any videos on it. So I figured we might as well make a video specifically for that. So that's what we're gonna do today, man. We're gonna remove the bumper and put it back on to just kind of show you guys how to do it. That way there's something out there for people to make it easier on them than it was for me and my boy Gio. So that's what we're about to do. I'm on my way there right now. Once we get there, I'll pick the camera back up and we'll go from there, all right? See you guys in a minute. All right, guys, so we just got here to my boy Gio's. You see him right there, 6.4 Gio. Give him a follow, man. He's already been in a few of the videos. But as you guys can see, we're just getting it lifted up right now. If you guys didn't know, there's a little pinch right there. We'll show you on the other side, but that's where you put this. Because I've seen some stuff online saying that these ones are a little hard to lift. People don't know where to put the jack, but you just put it right there and boom, you're good to go. There you guys see it, man. We're getting started over here. We're gonna lower it down nice and slow. Boom, that one's good to go. Come around to the other side. So you guys don't have to lift it up if you don't want to, but it just makes it a whole lot easier to turn that wheel. That way you don't have to keep turning on and off the car. So there you guys see, that's the install we did last time when we figured out that putting this bumper back on isn't as easy as you would think. But we kind of expected it to be a little harder, right?
Yeah, it's a lot different than taking off the non-wide body
ones. The regular ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, as you see, to start the process of taking off the bumper, you just take off all these pins right here that are in there, and then you remove 2 bolts that are right here, and then you see Gio's gonna start removing all those pins. And how many is there right there? Like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 of them.
7. About
6 or 7. You remove those to get to the bolts that are underneath there, and then right here you go up underneath here and remove these ones that are right here. And for this you need a 7mm socket, and for the ones on the top right there, that was an 8, no?
It's a 10.
Oh, a 10mm. There it is, guys. So you see I took all these out from the bottom, so there's about 2, 4, 6, 8 of those 7mm. Gio's over here taking out all the pins from the side to get that little what do you call that, little lining type stuff. Yeah, get this plastic lining out, and then you got to remove the side marker plug right here, and then to get to the bolts that are here, you got to just bend this back, and then right here is one bolt. So there's this one, and then there's this one right here, and then there's one way up there, way up top. You'll feel it. You can't really see it, but you'll feel it if you put your hand up there, and you'll be able to get it. So there's those 2 bolts right there. This is the first YouTube first, man. Removing the bumper on the wide body Charger. You guys saw it here first, so remember that. Me and Geo, 6.4 Geo. All right, bend this sucker back. And then same thing on this side as the other side, guys. 2 bolts, 10mm socket. So I'm just gonna explain to you what we did. We took off all these pins. You see them right there. 2, 4, 6, yeah, so 7 pins. And then we do that so you could bend this back and get to these bolts that are in here. There's 2 10mm socket bolts, one right there and then one up top. And you also gotta unplug the side marker. And boom, once you do that and you remove all these pins right here, there's about 9 of these pins up top that you remove. Then you remove the 2 bolts right here, and that was 10mm. Yeah. 2 10mm right there, and then you remove 2, 4, 6, 8 bolts right here, and that was 6 or 7. 7mm, huh? 7mm bolts down there. And once you do that, same thing on this side, then you're pretty much ready to go, huh? Yeah. You could remove the bumper. So boom, you just pull that, and the clips come right out, and boom, you got the bumper off. As you guys see, you got the Hellcat lower airbox tube there. That's the install that we did last time. So there you guys have it, man. YouTube first, showing you guys how to remove and replace the bumper on the 2020 Dodge Charger 392 Scat Pack wide body. And the key words there is the wide body, because it's not as easy as the standard body, because when you go to put this back on, you know, on the standard body, you just slap it back on there. But on the wide body, you got to worry about these fender flares here. So we're gonna show you in a minute what you gotta do. You gotta kind of pop this fender flare out here, because as you can see, it has a little part where you put the clips back in. These clips right here. And in order to put these clips back in, you gotta pop this fender flare out a little bit. And there's some little pins right here that you gotta kind of work out of there. So we'll show you how to do that right now in a minute. All right, so that's how you remove it. And we about to put it back on for you guys real quick. This is the tricky part. Just make sure everything's lined up. There's mine. So you guys want to just put 1 bolt on the side that you're not working on, that way it doesn't fall off. And then right here, as you can see, just gets up in there with that tool, just enough to kind of pop that fender flare out a little bit. So yeah, you guys don't want to pop it out all the way, just pop it out enough so that you're able to get these little clips in there. Boom, got it in out of there, and then boom, just like that. And you just pop it right in just like that. So you got one side in. And that was a lot quicker than the last time we tried it. Yeah. Make sure everything's lined up when you do it. Just make sure your undercarriage here is underneath it. We got that on there, so you could go ahead and put the bolt back in, because we're about to work on the other side. And the bolt goes in nicely, so that's how you know it's in the right spot. If the bolt doesn't go in smooth, you know, if it takes a little extra effort, then that's one indicator that it's probably not lined up correctly. But that bolt went in smooth all the way. Just got to come back and tighten it up a little later. Now we'll go ahead and work on this side. Pop this fender flare out to get these little clips in there. You can see what Gio's doing. He just goes in there with his tool and he just pulled the fender off. Pulled the bumper off a little bit, give him some room to work. And he's just gonna go up in there and very carefully pop that fender flare out. This is the part where you gotta have patience. And boom. Could probably just pull it a little the rest of the way. Yeah. I'll be able to pull it. I think we're good there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Watch. Right, so we got it on there.
Pretty good.
So as you can see, the first time we put it on, there was a little bit more of a gap right there, but now we got it on there and it looks pretty flush, so we're good to go. I mean, this one, it's not as flush. I think that's just how it is, to be honest with you.
This side is pretty much sits good. On this side.
Would you say it's about the same or what?
I think it's a little bit less. And
see, on this side, this has less of a gap, and it doesn't.
It's following the line though.
Yeah, it's following the line. So I don't know, man. I think it's just never gonna be perfect, even straight from the factory. But you guys tell me, man. Comment down below. Tell me if you guys have a little gap right there or not, or if it's totally flush. Because mine has a little bit of a gap, but everything lines up, you know. The lines follow each other. This all, you know, follows each other. Everything's lined up. All the bolts are where they need to be.
It's a lot better than it was back then.
Yeah.
Once you tighten it up, I think it's gonna be pretty much close.
Yeah, and we still haven't tightened it up. So once we tighten it up, we'll see how it goes. Those things it seems to be all lined up correctly. From there, you could just start putting everything back to where it needs to be. That went in good.
Is it charm?
Third time's the charm, man.
Second time?
Second time, yeah. Yeah, it was a lot easier this time. I mean, shoot, that didn't take long at all, dude. The first time we were here for what, an hour and a half or something? Yeah. So that's why we wanted to do that for you guys, because the first time we went to put this back in, and that was the part that took the longest. The whole install, everything else was quick. And then putting the front bumper back on this wide body took a long time. So that's why I was like, man, we might as well do it again, because we didn't think this was sitting up flush. It was a little bit of a gap in it. So we're like, we might as well do it again and make a whole video out of it for you guys to make it easier on you, you know. Me and Gio went through the hard work to make it easier for you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? So go follow my boy Gio, man, because his car is sick. He's about to get that wrap back pretty soon. Yeah. So stay tuned for that, man. Secret wrap reveal coming soon. And everything pretty much goes back in the way it came off, besides though, that's what I told you guys last time, but I was wrong about that, because this is the only part that you got to worry about when putting things back together. But other than that, once you get those little clips in there, you pop that fender flare out just enough. Everything else goes back on the same exact way. So yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and put all this stuff back together. As you can see, the bumper's back on there looking nice and spiffy. And other than that, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. That's how you remove and replace the front bumper on the 2020 Dodge Charger 392 Scat Pack wide body, with the wide body being the key words in that sentence. But yeah, man, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this helps out for any future installs that people do. Because like I said, I haven't seen this on YouTube or the internet yet. So this is a first, man. You saw it here first. Who is LouieXIII? My boy Gio, 6.4 Gio, IG, go follow him. There it is, man. Stay tuned for all the content we got to come, because we got a whole lot more content on the way. We're dropping every single day. All right, man. So that's pretty much it. Who is LouieXIII checking out? Salute. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. All right, there you guys have it, man. Took it off, put it back on. Everything's good to go, as you can see. This one's looking good over here, nice and flush. All the way around.
There's less of a gap than it was.
There's a little bit of a gap on this side, but not too much though. Looks all right. Like I said, if you guys have a little gap in yours, let me know. Or does it sit totally flush? Drop a comment down below, let me know. I think that's just how it is, you know. Nothing's ever gonna be totally perfect, and it could have just came from the factory like that. I didn't really notice too much the first time we did this. But yeah, as you guys can see, everything's looking good. Everything lined up correctly. And it's all good to go, man. What you about to do today, though? Just think about your car all day?
Yeah. Just keep reloading the page.
See if there's any updates.
Yeah.